Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you in Kigali since when?
About a week ago.
Okay. What were you here for?
I'm here with my family to see Rwanda. And while I was in town, I heard about a cloud and security summit. So I went to a computer event. And then I got in touch with you people.
Yeah, that's great. It's so rare to actually catch up with people like you. So I got a couple of questions to ask you. Now starting from YouTube, what does it take for any person to open up an account?
Opening an account is very, very easy on YouTube. You can go to the website and click create an account. I believe you need an email address, but beyond that, it's pretty simple to fill out basic things. If you don't have email, you can also get a Gmail account from Google or many of the other providers.
Then right after getting that account, most of the people, they're like, what we can do to be actually included in the system of using this channel in the business. What does it take? Or is anybody allowed? Or is this system being used in all countries worldwide?
Well, in YouTube's case, there's nothing special you have to do to be a business. You just start an account with your business name, and then you can start posting content. And then as people find your content, they engage with your business, right? For other social media, say like Instagram or Facebook, Instagram, you just create a normal account under your business name. Facebook, you create, instead of a normal account, you create an account for yourself, and then you create a Facebook page for your business. So that's a little bit different. But for most of these things, create an account link, set up your business, start posting content, and then people will interact with that, right? And again, if you're in your physical business, say you're a restaurant and people are there, you tell them where to find your page, go to find your content, that kind of stuff.
That's great. Let's a little bit focus on YouTube. Are the payments all the same worldwide?
My understanding for YouTube is that the payments that you get from advertisers is the same worldwide. I think they standardize on US dollars, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm an American, so I'm used to US dollars. But the basic model you get paid for YouTube is YouTube inserts ads before your videos. And then advertisers pay YouTube for that, and they give you a portion of the money advertisers pay. So YouTube's owner, Google, makes a lot of the money, and you make a small amount of the money on the advertisements that are run. But you can make money if your content is popular. There are people who their job is to run a YouTube channel, right? Not everyone who's on YouTube is making tons of money, right? You have to have good content that people want to view. Many millions of people want to view, right? And that's hard to do.
Now I've actually read somewhere mentioning that when you have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you get verified. And I've seen some vloggers actually with that number, but they're not. What happens for someone to be verified on YouTube?
So I don't know about YouTube specifically, but in general, verification across all the different platforms is for people who are celebrities or notable businesses who want to deal with the fact that someone might create a fake account under their name, right? I'm not a celebrity, but if someone created an Adam Lazur fake account, I would want to be verified so that people know that I'm posting the content, not someone posting fake content under my name. So for verification, typically you have to have a certain number of followers or subscribers to your channel on YouTube, so that they know that you are a celebrity of sorts. Lots of people want to see what you're saying. And then once you have a certain number, it varies per service. It can be 50,000, 100,000, et cetera. Then you submit your account for verification, and they ask you for things like your identification document to show that you are verified. Same thing works Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And then once you're verified, then you get the official verification kind of check mark that everyone's somewhat standardized on. You get a little blue check mark on your icon, and people know when they go to that page that you are a celebrity who's been verified, and this is the thing that you wanted to post, right? Versus being a fake account that is spreading bad information.
Can verification be bought from the offices of any particular social media?
There's no purchase involved in verification. It's purely so that people who are on YouTube know to go to the correct place, and YouTube has an incentive to have correct content, right? When a celebrity posts something, that it is the people who go to YouTube can trust that they're seeing the content that the celebrity is posting. Or say the official government agency who has a YouTube account is publishing videos. You want to make sure that that content is actually who you're expecting to get it from, right?
Let's actually now go to the end of the YouTube questions. Like these days, we've seen some creators having troubles, like they're producing their own contents, but some other people take the contents and use them on their accounts. But when YouTube is trying to take action, it also takes the action on the real or the original content creator. On this thing, I can see these people are being really, punished for the things that they did not do. How do you guys do that? How can they, do something to be actually given their right to keep on their businesses as long as they are not the ones committing this bad thing?
So I can understand when these bad things happen to people, they feel frustrated, right? Something happened and someone took down our content because of a complaint or something, right? Or someone stole your content. So each one of these services, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, has a way to appeal that process and get in touch with support. The thing to keep in mind is these are global businesses. There are literally billions of people using these services. And so if even a small fraction of a % of the content on those services is reported, the volume is very high for the company to deal with. So if your video has been seen by 10 people and it gets taken down, it's not a very high priority for YouTube to fix. But if your video has been seen by 50 million people and it's taken down, it's much higher priority for them to fix, right? So when you are more popular and they make more money, then they're happy to fix your problems. When they're not making very much advertising money on you, they're less incentivized to fix your problems. So the support flow for your normal person, say a small business here in Rwanda, can be frustrating because it's lots of automation and lots of kind of standard responses. If you're a very big page, a celebrity, you get much more hands-on support from the company, right? But unfortunately, at the end of the day, these are all businesses, right? YouTube is a business and they want to make money and they optimize for making money and fixing things that make them money, right? Just like...
That's great. Then here comes this thing that people really have questions about when it comes to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Sometimes people can start something, of reporting others. It can create kind of negative campaign. Let's report Phil Peter so that his account gets taken down. They can try and do it. How these people tries to really find out if the real reports they are getting are for real?
So in the Facebook case, I can talk a little bit about this. They have a online operations team so most of the time the reports say you post something and people they organize 100 people to say that the thing that you posted is bad, and it gets taken down. That is automation. Computers are saying 100 people thought it was bad, we should probably take it down. If you appeal that process, you go to the online operations team, which is a group of humans who looks at the rules on Facebook and the content that was reported and tries to decide if it was appropriate or not, right? It is difficult to combat, specifically if lots and lots of people are organized against you to report things. It's very difficult to combat it, but there are support kind of things in place, and you have to appeal to the Facebook automation. You can appeal the decisions, again, through their online forms, right? You have to go not on your phone because the phone is a limited interface, but on a laptop or a desktop computer, you use the web page. There are forms there that you can use to appeal this process, and if it goes high enough, you'll talk to a human, and they will make a judgment call based on the rules on, say, Facebook, about whether it's allowed or not, right?
Now let's get a bit back to the verification on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Does it have anything to do with the followers?
With
the followers, does it have anything to do with the followers on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter?
Verification is kind of identity verification, right? It's the equivalent of showing your passport to the company and then them verifying that your passport matches your account on their service, right? So it's not really related to the content you post, it's who you are. Does that make sense?
Because most of the times there are some people who really has a real number of followers, and they don't get verified, and some other people has a high number of followers, they don't get that. And I once heard somebody saying if you don't have so many fake similar accounts to the one you try to get verification from, you don't get verified.
I think that might be a criteria that someone like YouTube would use. As far as I know, when say Facebook was rolling out the verification scheme, there was just a number of followers, and then the judgment call on whether you were a celebrity who needed verification or not, and that was mostly to deal with the volume of people who wanted to be verified. Right? Facebook has over 1 billion users on the planet. If they have to verify 1 billion passports, using computers, it's a lot of work for them to go through and say this person's identification matches their name on the account and all these things. So they pare that down by number of followers, and then some human oversight. So the other bit is if you have there's fake followers, right? People create fake accounts, and they use computers to create thousands of fake accounts, and then they have all those fake accounts follow, right? So when you submit your account for verification, they look at how many of your followers are actually fake, right? They're robots who do fake follows, and so that's another thing that is factored in. If your account looks like it is followed by lots of robots, then your account could be fake, and you could be trying to gain influence over the system that would be bad, right? If you're a verified account and then you start doing bad things, they want to avoid that.
Yeah. Now, so let's talk about this thing. Some countries are actually trying to ban some social medias in the country. For example, I mentioned one of the African country called Chad. Also, China trial broke it. And now recently we had Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, went to court just because of misusing users' informations. That's what we heard. What would you tell people about their privacy as far as the informations on social medias are concerned?
Well, so it depends on the platform, but in the case of like Instagram, by default is public, so everyone can see your content. You can flip a switch that makes your account private, so there's private or public on your account. For Facebook, each post can be private or public, or even more complicated, friends of friends and other things. In general, if you're sharing things, you should share things that if you accidentally shared them to be public, it would not be a big deal. I would recommend certain content just not going on the internet, essentially. If you're concerned about this, some people are happy to have everything be public. But in general, if you upload data to Facebook, you make a status update and you set it to your friends only your friends will be able to see it. But it works the same way as if I gave a letter to all of my friends, they can take a picture of it and give it to their friends, right? And so they can betray you in that way, and your privacy can be violated in that way. And that's generally not the fault of Facebook, it's the fault of the people who are violating the rules. So it's somewhat complicated. You have to think about what's going to happen to the data that you're posting, who's your audience, and whether it's something that you would not want to get out or not, right? And there are different complicated settings that are sometimes hard for people to understand. But if you go with the general rule of like, I think this stuff might be public, or I want this to be my friends only, and limit your sharing a little bit, it goes a long way in stopping the problems of things that you thought were private going public.
That's nice. Then what would you advise young entrepreneurs really, aspiring to have their own social media platforms? What does it take to grow a very big social media platform? Maybe you have a secret for them.
No, I have no secrets. The underlying bit for anything that's popular on the internet is posting good content. And getting people who are interested in that kind of content to find you, right? So if I'm posting a video on Instagram and it's about safari vacations in Rwanda, right? You can use things like the hashtag, the # is what I would call it. So you can use hashtag safari, hashtag Africa, hashtag Rwanda. There are some tricks, right? People will use too many hashtags and cause problems for the system. So you want to use some, but not too many. And you want to vary them, right? So the people who are artificially inflating their popularity, often will use the exact same ones over and over and over, and then the site will figure that out and penalize them. So you want to make your hashtags accurate, point to your content, and that will direct people to your content. They'll like look at the hashtag Rwanda Safari and come find your safari company, look at your content, and then become a follower of your page or whatever. But the core is produce good content that people like, right? They want to see it. And then figure out ways to promote your page with other pages to get people to come and find your content. And then once that starts building, it's like a ball. It just keeps building bigger and bigger and bigger over time.
I heard some people saying these social networks really use artificial intelligence. Do you know how it works?
Yes. I mean, so I don't think there's anything that I would call artificial intelligence, but there are things that in the computer world we call machine learning. So Facebook looks at trends in your browsing behavior to figure out what things you would like to see, and that's a computer that runs a software that figures out exactly what you're looking for. I think artificial intelligence would be fantastic, but we're very far from that. Artificial intelligence is mostly a media buzzword that people think it's cool, that like computers will think like humans. We're a long, long way from that, in my opinion.
Yeah, quoting a little bit about what I said about Mark Zuckerberg being taken to court. People are really actually saying the right way or the biggest way of making money from these social media is actually sending people's information. Is it true? Because there's a time the government needs information from their people. They have to pay probably to Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube get users' information. That's what's really making money for them. You agree with them?
No, that's incorrect. I worked at Facebook and Google. Both of the companies make money on advertising. The vast majority of the money, how they're big companies, is all advertisers. Coca-Cola wants you to buy Coca-Cola. They give Google money to put advertisements in Google, right? Google web search results, in the YouTube videos. Same thing with Facebook. Coca-Cola wants you to know that Coca-Cola is a brand. They give Facebook money to show you an ad in your newsfeed, or in Instagram to show you a picture of a Coca-Cola bottle. Your data, while it is valuable for Facebook, say if they wanted to sell it, maybe in aggregate, all of the people's data would be valuable. It's not in Facebook's interest to sell your data, right? If you don't trust Facebook and you stop using the product because they actually do sell your data, then Facebook has no users and the company fails, right? Same thing with Google. So these companies do not sell your data. It's not long-term profitable for them to do so. Their money all comes from advertisement. There's tremendous amounts of money in the world in advertisement. And they are doing a great job of taking that money from other medias like television advertisement, radio advertisement. All of this is moving online. You're using your phone to consume more content. The advertisers are moving there to show you their brands, to get you to buy Coca-Cola instead of something else, right? Or Fanta instead of Coca-Cola, right? They also advertise to compete. And they give Facebook and Google lots of money to get you to switch brands, right?
Yeah, so there are these people actually selling followers. Are these people connected to those social networks? Like you purchase followers, and I'm like, are these people really getting real followers from Facebook or Instagram, or they are fake businesses?
They're generally fraudulent. Like there are people who will help you build a media campaign to get more followers. That's probably legitimate. But yeah, exactly. But if you give somebody some francs so that you get 1,000 likes on your page, that is all garbage, fake accounts that are liking your page, right? Or they're tricking people into liking your page, and they will be very upset when they figure out that they accidentally liked your page. So I would recommend not paying people for, I give you money for a certain number of followers, but working with businesses that help you promote your page to grow real followers, right? To promote your page in marketing and advertising ways is great, right? But you have to be wary, like, with anything, if the deal is too good, it probably is, and it's probably somebody is scamming you for money.
So, winding up the interview, would you please elaborate more about your experience as far as your job is concerned? Working with these social networks. Elaborate more about your experience.
So I worked at Google for many years, 5 years, and then worked at Facebook for 7 years. I've always worked in infrastructure, so the stuff that makes the websites highly available. It's not particularly exciting for the general Facebook or Google user, but behind the scenes, I made all of that stuff work. Because I worked in the infrastructure team, I was exposed to all of the different products, right? I helped with YouTube integration into Google when they acquired the company, Instagram into Facebook, et cetera. I'm not a product expert, but I spend a lot of time talking to the product people about how everything works and then building the computing infrastructure so that they could deliver this stuff to the entire world.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure having you. All right, see you.